guys, it's me again, Ruowen Huang. Today I'm gonna try to answer question again. As you can see, a bucket of questions. So, before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today I wanna answer question. The first question. Why is the why does Taiwan always have such a serious politic fight? Will Taiwan have war in the future? Will Taiwan be united by the China? Why? I don't know how to answer your question really. I don't believe Taiwan is the only country that have serious politic fight. If you ever live anywhere else, you'll realize they all have it. Right? It just because you don't see it doesn't mean they don't have it. Will they have war in the future? I'm hoping. It depends on how you define war. I don't think my personal perception can answer that question for you because it depends. Your future is always change, depends on the mindset, right? So will I have war? I don't know. I will have to say no in the, let's push to 10 years. 10 years, answer no. Will it be united by China? By China. I personally don't think so, but then again, that maybe because I'm from Taiwan, I have my own personal opinion toward it. But I believe instead of saying Taiwan would be united by China, I more likely believe we mankind, are going to a more advanced level, generation. And we will eventually get united as mankind, but not by nation. Does that make sense? Because if we are progress the way the soul's supposed to progress, that means those kind of questions that you ask me, that those are the tasks that we should have done, years ago, centuries ago. So I guess I'm hoping we learn from that already. Therefore, we don't really have to make this kind of event reoccur again. So anyway, hope that answers your question. So really the big answer to your question is I don't know. But, Taiwan is not really as bad as you think it is. Anyway, hope that answers your question. Second question. I want to know why the people have some, special preference when it comes to, sexual preference. Some people like their feet, some people like, shoes, some people like, leather, tight suits, some people like, SM, some people like, submissive and also controlling feeling. Those habits mostly come from the past life memory. Why does those kind of things make people get excited? As you can see, I get all kind of questions every day. If people had a preference of certain part of body, let's say hand, neck, and the feet, most likely they are, spill over from your past life memory. You probably have very good experience or feeling in certain part of your memory associated with that part of the body or that part of angle. That's why you like it the most. So when it comes to, sexual preference, most likely it spill over from your previous experience. But in regard of submissive, abusive, like more behavioral wise, they usually refer more, not so much from your past life, but more with your mental and emotional need. That's why you have a need to do that. So Why? Hope that answered your question already. It depends. If you like the certain part of body, it's because that's a spillover from your past life. But if you had a behavioral preference, that is usually reflecting what you are emotionally need, mental emotionally need. I want to know about feng shui is really what people say impact your life, or your life very much depending on yourself. Living space is very important, believe it or not. I'm not, especially what I can see, I cannot tell you it impacts nothing. It does impact you. And yes, your willpower can usually override things, but you know what I meant, right? It's usually helpful if you can get a little bit extra help. So feng shui in that regard is like that extra help. Why so? Because that's a place that you nest. That's a place that you rejuvenate. That's a place that you relax and find your sanctuary. So basically, no matter where you live or human life or all universe or something, we need that sanctuary. Does that make sense? So that sanctuary will help our soul reconnect with our body, help us relax, help us, recharge or whatever it is. So based on that, feng shui is important to a certain degree. It's like it gives you a base. It's like your nest. So usually I recommend it. Don't make it too cluttery. Don't make it too, messy or, things always in your way. Because if that's how you feel every time you walk around your house, very likely when you leave your house, that's what you're going to feel no matter what you do either. So it does impact you in some degree. Does that mean that you will have no way to overdo it, like overpower it? Of course not. It's like, does that mean that you cannot clean your house at all? No, of course. You would just need extra mind power. You need some extra will. You know what I mean? So things still gonna go the way things goes, but you just need that extra effort to overcome it. So really, it depends on you if you think it's gonna impact you or not, or you want to do something about it or not. But I would say, let's say you don't know anything and you don't know where to start. Cleaning your house is definitely a good start. You know what I mean? Because if you are happy to live in your house, you feel comfortable, you feel relaxed, and then it's not so cluttery and not making you feel like, oh my god, I just simply cannot relax here. Most likely that energy is going to reflect to your reality because you attract what you are, right? So hope that answered your question too. Let's try one more question. I keep picking up those like big paper. And then I know those big paper already, I can already see so many words. But anyway, let's hope that's an easy question. I think I already answered this question. So I answered last episode, so I'm not gonna answer that again. Do we have connection with you in the previous life? That's why we know you. Does the soul already know how they're gonna die before they reincarnate? Details such as time, day, they will organize that as well. Okay. Have you had contact with me? That's why you know me. It depends. Depends on how well we know each other. If we actually know each other enough that I know your name, you know my name, I know what you look like, you know what I look like, and I even know what's your most favorite, dessert of all. Most likely we did have contact in the previous life. That's why we see each other again. If we just walk down the street, kind of knock at each other's heads, smile at each other, unlikely. So, do we already plan how we're gonna die before we reincarnate? We have an idea. We don't really plan how we're gonna die. So answer your last question. Detail how we're gonna die, where we're gonna die, when we're gonna die. Unlikely. Unless that death of yours is going to trigger some lesson for someone else, and very likely you have a rough idea. when you're gonna die, but not the day, time, and how. Otherwise, I would say for general people, death is more like an option. It's not something that must happen. You know what I mean? Not, well, we eventually die, but you know what I mean? It's not like if you don't really negotiate certain, I'm talking about natural death, okay? So unless you have a negotiation with some soul, some other soul is going to trigger some test. Otherwise, death, I want to say it's an option, but it's not really an option because eventually we die. I want to say you will not plan how you're going to die. You will just naturally die. I think I'm losing in my own sentence, but I'm trying to figure out what you meant by asking me this particular question. But the reason I say it's an option, okay, let me correct myself. The reason I say it's an option is, let's say, assuming you don't die by natural cause, like getting old, disregard that. Let's say you die from, certain event. How about that? I noticed, at least in the previous experience on consultation, I realized they do have option. That means they have an option to, either people fighting over their cancer. This is very typical experience I have. It seems that they have an option to continue living if they work their task. Does that make sense to you? So this is when I'm talking about death having option. I'm not saying people can choose not die. No, eventually we all die. But I do have to say in death there are options. So I do believe before you coming to become a human in this particular life, you do have, there's some certain circumstances like that is actually an option. I hope I'm not making myself even more confused, but that's what I'm trying to say. So, hope that answer your question. Overall, we have a roughly plan. The plan is based on, what are we going to learn in this particular life? What are we here for? What can we get out of this, right? Then that's how we most likely decide we're going to end our journey, so. Hope that answers your question. If not, oh well, I guess I would just have to talk about it again. So again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or the website ruowen.com. Till then, next time. Bye.